Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. You're all welcome to today's tutorial. My name is Happiness, and I'm always happy to post new videos. So today I'll be showing you how to draft an illusion neckline. So later on I will break it down, because when you hear illusion neckline, it's not a big deal. Illusion neckline is like a blouse or a top with a yoke. So that yoke part of it is what gives it that name, illusion. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to use a net or a tulle net for it. You can as well use like a combination fabric, like maybe a black and white, combination like that. You can use, maybe if the outfit is black, can decide, okay, the yoke part of it can be maybe another color, something like that. So in a situation where you decide to use a net, by the time you use that net to sew it, it gives people a kind of illusion, especially when someone sees you from afar. The person will think, oh, maybe this person is not wearing anything. So that thought is what gives it that name, illusion, like making people believe that there is nothing there, whereas there is actually something there. So I don't want to talk too much today. I just want to go straight to the tutorial. So let's get started. So here on my here I already have the pattern traced out, and all the lines that I'll be using, I've already indicated it. So quickly I'll just run through it. Like, okay, this is my underboss line. So what I did is, from the high shoulder point, which is the highest point of the shoulder, I came down with my underboss measurement, my boss measurement, all the necessary measurements I'll be using for this tutorial. So that is exactly what I did here. So because I don't want the video to be too lengthy, I have to go ahead to make all these things down already. So okay, here we already have our boss dart. So the next thing we will do now is for us to draw the neckline. So what neckline do you want? You decide. Do you want sweetheart neckline? Do you want the straight one? Whatever neckline you want. There are different types of neckline, and you can equally play with them. So today I'm just going to play around. I just want to do something different from what I've always done. So okay, here I go. I decide, okay, how do I want the neckline to be? Bear in mind that, well, once it's below this chest line, this is chest line, once it's below this chest line, your bust might very likely to show. But anything above, okay, it's covered, well covered, but you don't make it too high because it won't look nice. So okay, I don't talk too much. I'm already drawing the neckline here. Okay, you can decide how low you want it from the chest line. So by eyeballing is roughly 1 cm. Okay, this is neckline I am working with. So the next thing I'm doing now is for me to double this bust dart. So my bust dart is 6.5. I already have it in mind. So by doubling it is this same measurement. I'm going to replicate it here. So in this case now, I'm going to like do more to this side and less to this side. So 6.5, where's my calculator? 6.5 divided by 3. I'm doing it divided by 3 because I want more to this armhole side and less to this side. So 6.5 divided by 2. Okay, so with 6.5 divided by 2.25. Sorry. Okay, so this is what I'm doing here. Okay, so I just did 6.5 divided by 3. So I'm giving 1/3 to this side and 2/3 to the left hand side. So see what I'm going to do. I'm going to rule it, but I will not go to the, like, I will not rule it to the shoulder point. I will just rule it and stop somewhere like this. You see what I'm doing? So I'm ruling it, but I'm not getting to the shoulder. You see what I'll do with this. So this is what I did now. So the next thing I'm doing now is for me to, like, do the underboss tightening. I've already done this severally, but I'm still going to do it for the sake of people that have not been following along. So what I'm doing here now is I'm measuring my underbust. Okay, so this is my underbust here. I have 12 centimeters. So my actual underbust is 6 3/4. My actual underbust is 6 3/4. Okay, and when I convert it to centimeters, that's roughly 17. Okay, so that's roughly 17. So this 17 now is quarter, like my total underbust is 27.5. 27.5 divided by 4. So the quarter of it is what I'm working with, because it's just the front that I'm doing the tightening for. So here now I'm going to minus the underbust measurement I have on the pattern from the actual my actual measurement. So the difference is what I will use to tighten it. Okay, so this difference now I'm going to divide it by 3 again. So I'm giving less to this side because already this side is smaller. Okay, I don't want this middle panel to be too narrow. So what I'm doing now, I'm giving less to this. So I'm just giving less to this and okay, more. So I had 3.5. So I gave 1/3 to this side and 2/3 to this side. So it's easy. So now I'm going to connect it to point X. Point X is my bust point, my actual bust point. Okay. So I'm connecting it to point X. So what I'm going to do now is for me to, like, blend. If I leave it this way now, by the time you sew it will give you kind of sharp curve. So I'm just going to, like, blend it. So because this ruler is too wide, I have a smaller one, but it's far from me now. So I'm just going to use my hand to, like, blend it. So this side is already blended. So this is it, very easy. So now you notice that when you cut this pattern, this side is going to be bigger than this because you've done this tightening, and this tightening you stopped it. You stopped it at where this line, this bustier line stop. So if you cut it this way, it's not going to come back together. So what you do now is from this point you connect it back to the original dart point, because the tightening now doesn't affect the upper part of it. It only affects the bustier part. So I don't know if you're seeing. So from here now I connected it back. So with this now, by the time you join it together, everything will come back together. So for the neckline, you can decide, okay, how wide do I want the neckline? Normally illusion necklines are not always that wide, except you want to do like a sharp V neckline. That one is different, which you can just decide how low you want your neckline to be. So now here you can just decide to give it like 1 inch, maybe here at 0.5, and you connect. The choice is yours. Neckline, you can just decide whatever you want is okay. So this is it for the front. Okay, from here now you connect it back to the waist. you connect it back to the waist like this. So basically, okay, here now you blend. Don't leave it like this, because if you leave it to be too sharp, our body is not pointy. So wherever you find pointy point, you have to blend. So okay, basically the front is ready. So this side is what they call yoke. This part of it is yoke, which I said you can use a normal fabric to replace this place, or you can use a net. So it's when you use a net that is called illusion neckline, because you're trying to give the impression that there is nothing there, whereas it's not empty. So for the back now, okay, you can come down here by 1 inch, and you draw your neckline like this, your style line like this, I mean. Okay, so this side now, whatever you use to cut here, you can do it to this place. But know that your yoke can only be can equally be only at the front if you want, and the back will just be normal. But if you want both the back and the front to be the same, okay, this is fine. In a situation where you don't want a zip on the neck side, because some people find it difficult to sew a zip on a neck, so what you do now, you can just, you measure the neckline you have for the front, which you have to close. Later I will still show you. Okay, first of all, you have to eliminate this dart here, and you take it out from here. Okay, so what you do, you measure the value of this dart, and you measure it here, and you cut it out. So whatever you did here went in by 1 inch, so you can equally go in by 1 inch. You go here by ½ inch. Okay, this is your back neckline. So you can do like a V neckline like this, okay. So by the time you're fixing your zipper starts from here, not from here, because by that time all here will be now will be cut away. Can you see what I did here now? So you use this place now to cut your net, and here now will just be the normal fabric. So your zipper now start from here. If you don't want this style, you can do another style, different. Like, you just have to be creative with this thing. You can equally start it like this. So by the time you do this, your zipper will still start from here, but here now there is nothing there, like it's cut away. So it's not illusion neckline is not like a big deal. Just a situation where you use your yoke, the yoke part, like this side too is the yoke part. Is when you use a tool net that it makes it illusion. So this is it for today's tutorial. Okay, I hope you'll be able to learn a thing or two about this tutorial. Okay, before I forget, you have to tighten the back. What you do is you just rule a straight line like this. Okay, like this. This will give it some form of tightening at the back. So of course that you have to close it. You have to close it and reblend before you cut, so that by the time you join it together, they are going to come back together. So this is it. And in case you don't want this dart, you can equally take it away from the side. You can take your dart from the side. So I'm just looking at it again. I want to make sure that I treat everything that concerns this topic. So there is nothing else to say. I've already said everything that needs to be said. So this is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till I come your way again, bye bye, and you take care.